I'm gonna do this fast.
Whoa, look at that. Little chippy Brian.
We have 911, you guys.
Yeah, 911.
911? That's great.
So
It's
close.
crazy.
Damn.
I'm gonna go over to this guy then. This is always fun.
I'm not going to do this during the show. I'm just enjoying myself now.
All right. Everybody ready? I'm gonna do the peppy ad, then we're gonna go into it.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, here we
That
go.
one was
That was
so
aggressive.
loud.
That was aggressive.
Yeah.
Here comes
lower my
Peppy, then the
volume.
intro credits.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed
There's
this
5 people
video,
waiting, yeah.
please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pep Star needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all. Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Kruse Control. It is Wednesday, December 20th, 2023. Welcome to Kruse Control, the home of entertainment news. I am your host as always, Brian Kruse. Welcome back everybody. Happy hump day. Hump it up with all every day because all we do is we hump it up. And I know you see me, they don't see me, but everyone sees me. We gotta hump it all day because that's what we do on a hump day. It's all about the humps, and that's why we're here on Hump Day. Hump it up with us today. Thank you so much for being here. I'm trying to find my screen, but join me back as always, my lovely co-host, Miss Sabrina Vittori. Happy Hump Day, Sabrina. How you doing?
Happy Hump Day. Hi, Richard Tracy. Hi, GR. Hi, Ryan. Sorry I was chatting before I should have been chatting. I apologize.
How was your day? How's your day?
Hi, Queen. Hi, Ty.
What's up, Queen? What's up, Ty? Welcome back. Hey, how's everybody doing out there?
Exhausted. Fucking exhausted. But just, whatever. I'm alive and I'm here again. That's my answer 2 nights in a row.
Oh, come on. You look good. Come on. Looking good, feeling good, ready to kick some ass tonight, right?
Let's not push it, but yes.
Well, joining us back, Sabrina, as always, it's Wednesday, so we have to have someone just that has all the intellect to bring the knowledge, to drop the facts for all the friends
That's
of the
our
Kruse
guy.
Control Network out there. And you know him, you love him. Everybody, our resident intellectual himself, Mr. Mike Casey. Touchy Ghost, how's it going tonight?
I'm doing great today, Brian. I've been sick as a dog all week
no.
long. But today
No.
I got out on my bicycle. I took a nice ride out in front of the lake. I've been watching some Quentin Tarantino movies, seeing these most recent ones. Like, if you choose your bad guys as, like, you know, Nazis and Ku Klux Klan members and insane murdering cult members, when you start blowing him up with dynamite, the audience cheers. Like, he does great selection for bad guys. So I've been enjoying that. And I'm also curious, Richard Tracy says he's going to have to take us in for questioning. So hi, everybody in the chat. I guess bring it, Mr. Tracy. I'll admit
We oblige.
Humping, I think.
any of
It's
the
all the
horrible
humpaliciousness.
crimes that I've committed. I'm ready.
Hey, leave him behind, man. It's a show, new day. Those crimes are in the past, right?
I don't know what I haven't checked the statute of limitations, but hopefully.
They change all the time. Thanks for being here, Mike. We
Resident
appreciate you.
intellectual.
Resident intellectual.
Crackheads
And also
always
joining
run.
us back. Crackheads always run. And joining us back too, it wouldn't be a Wednesday. It would not be a Wednesday, especially night tonight. We need this guy here, the man of the hour. It will be later on. You're going to see why. But there's a lot happening in this comic book world, and we have to have our comic book expert himself, Mr. Sean Sutherland here. Welcome back, Sean. Happy Hump Day.
Hello. Lovely to see you all. You know, if it's Wednesday, you know I got to be on Kruse Control. Great to see everybody. Looking forward to digging in. Brian, you're just looking as radiant as ever. So
You too, buddy.
Happy to be here, and yeah, let's get into it.
I'm pulling off your energy.
Good.
I'm pulling
Yes,
off your radiance.
I've got so much energy.
I'm bringing it all together. Well, I
December,
appreciate
man.
you being here.
Best you're getting. Yeah.
Hey, it's Wednesday. Hey, we're doing great here. We're doing really great. And then it's just happy everybody's here because again, it's getting closer to the holiday season. So I'm feeling a bit, a little spirited today. A little spirited. We're getting closer to that time. So it's magical. There's magic in the air, as always. So thank you all for being here. And of course, there's one more person, everybody. We know he's here. He's hanging out like always. He likes to say a few little words here and there, and then he likes to, maybe make us mad or maybe just ask for a snack once in a while. But Pep Star himself is here. Peppy, welcome back to Kruse Control. How you doing, man? How you looking? Looking good, right? Looking really
I'm
good.
smoother than the other side of the pillar.
Oh yeah, you are. Hey. Well, welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome
so good to see you.
back. Happy Hump Day, guys.
Yeah, thanks, man. Let's do
So
it.
happy to be here. And Sabrina, Sean, and Mike, let's go to work.
Let's go to work, Pep Star.
Amen.
Let's go to
Great.
work.
Hey, Peppy.
Let's go to work. Peppy's ready for it. We're ready for it. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening, and it's crazy that Jonathan Majors sings, and there's a lot of rumors going around like who will be the next Kang? Will Kang stay? Will Kang be gone? There's some X-Men rumors out there too about the new X-Men movie coming forward, and there's also some stuff about Mario. But there's a lot of stuff going on, and of course, that's our main talks today. But we have to get into some other things because of course, it wouldn't be a Wednesday, it wouldn't be a Monday, it wouldn't be a Friday, it wouldn't be any day you're on Kruse Control if there wasn't some breaking news. Come on. All right, the very first thing I want to talk about is The Voice. So The Voice is done, everybody. So if you've been watching The Voice, you love The Voice, you're all about The Voice. Well, it's done for the season. It's done for the season. So after 24 seasons, it's done for the season. It's not done. But they actually have someone won. Carson Daly hosted this, and he put it out there saying Huntley won the whole competition. Huntley actually was trained by a One Direction singer, won back-to-back performances, or back-to-back years, that One Direction performer training. And for me, it's like, it's cool. I mean, I'm not a big One Direction fan. I'm not a big Voice fan, but if you love The Voice.
Which person from One Direction?
It was
Niall Horan.
There you go. There we go.
The least important person in One Direction. Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Which direction do they mean? They don't really specify. They just
they
say
don't mean
one
any
of them.
directions. Well, it's
North,
One Direction.
Whatever direction hits you in the right spot.
One but all. But it's this show's never gonna end. It's never gonna end. It will never be done. But one show that is going away, it might bump some people, is What We Do in the Shadows is ending. What We Do in the Shadows is ending with season 6. They were picked up for seasons 5 and 6 back to back, and then I guess the ratings went down quite a bit, 35% this season, 35% in season 5. So they said yes, we're gonna end it with season 6. Harvey, friend of the show, he's awesome. Love Harvey. Worked with him on Thundermans. Thunder Fam! He's great. He's awesome, and I'm gonna miss. I miss seeing that fool. He's awesome, and I love him. So I hope
very good impression.
He'll have another show before you know it tomorrow. He's already working everywhere. You see him everywhere. Like, even Blue Beetle he was in too. We know that was a bomb, but still he was there. He's always making money.
The new Puss in Boots movie, whatever that was.
Puss in Boots too. He was in that too. But it's gone, it's done, and unfortunately you're not going to get any more after season 6, and that's it. And Tarantino himself was like, I don't want to end my whole directing franchise, all of my movies, with Star Trek, because he came forward, because he was supposed to direct a Star Trek movie. I don't know if you guys knew this, but he was going to do a bloody Star Trek movie. I was so excited when I heard about this. I really wanted Samuel L. Jackson to be a Klingon, like motherfucker, I just want to see him like fucking like hit the face, motherfucker. I just want to see that shit. We're never going to see that shit. But it's unfortunate. But he did have a script. He wrote the whole thing. He was working with Paramount about this. But he said, I remember when we were talking about it, and I just couldn't wrap my head around the idea that Star Trek could be my last movie, the last movie I ever do, because at that point it would have been his 10th movie, and that would have been it. So he was like, I just couldn't wrap my head around that, so I had to pass on it. But they were very excited. Paramount, they want to do this. It was a balls out kind of script, and it was going to be very gory, like a different kind of Star Trek you'd ever seen. But it's gone. Not going to happen. He's never going to make it. That script is in a drawer someplace, gone. So unfortunately, Tarantino will not end his career like that. But there's also an ending people are talking about online, and that's the Stranger Things ending coming up. And there's a rumor going around that it's going to end with one big D&D match. Like the whole movie or the whole show has been one big D&D match, and it's all been in their minds, and it hasn't been real.
How appropriate.
I know. It kind of seems appropriate, like the Demogorgons and all that shit. It seems like it could make sense. But the Duffer Brothers came forward, and they said that's not happening that way. So if you've seen those rumors, don't believe it. Well, that's what Ross Duffer said. I mean, maybe he's bait and switching us, but he said, we had this idea for a long time for how the show is going to end. We've known how we're going to do it, and we're very comfortable with it. Whereas hopefully it satisfies everyone, and we'll have to wait and see. But it's not that. He says it's the same thing as if, someone wakes up at the end of a show and it's like, oh, that was all a dream. And they said they wouldn't do that to the fans. And that's not the idea for the show at all. But Frank, I think so too. But Frank Darabont, Sabrina, just signed, or he's negotiating to do the last 2 movies, or the last 2, I wasn't calling movies, so like an hour and a half long, the last 2 episodes. But the Duffer Brothers are going to direct 5 episodes. Sean Levy's going to do 1 episode, and then maybe Frank Darabont, which of course did The Green Mile, Shawshank Redemption. He actually was working on The Walking Dead the first 2 seasons. Huge director, writer, and he was apparently negotiating to do the last 2 episodes of Stranger Things to finish it out, which would be kind of cool. I think he'd be great doing that. So he's awesome. He's very talented. We'll see what happens. But it's coming to an end after all this time. And something else that came to an end that I thought would be done, but is coming back, is Kung Fu Panda. Because Jack Black, with Karate I'll Kick Your Ass, is coming back one more time. and maybe 2 more times after that, because the director came forward and said, hey, if this does well, Mike Mitchell said, we want to do more. We want to do one more trilogy because people love Jack Black being a panda, he said. So when he's like, what the shakaroos and the shababa, sound like he said all this shit. I don't know. That was like weird sound effects. But they said he wants to see Jack Black do more. Of course, he's a comedic genius. I think he's hilarious. I love Jack Black. Bring it on.
No onions.
No onions. More Stranger Things? Yes, Richard Tracy. The 5th season or the last season, that's it. 8 episodes. And of course, they're all going to be an hour and a half or something like that every episode. So again, it's like a bunch of movies. That's why it's in my head. But yeah, Kung Fu Panda, not done. Maybe 3 more. And that's crazy. And the second one, or the first of the 3, is coming out March 8th. So not too far away. And the trailer just came out for that too. You can check that out. So yeah, they don't want that to end. But you know what? Lizzo wants her lawsuits to end, everybody. She does. And her lawsuit right now with Asha Daniels is going forward, the wardrobe designer, who said that, she filed that there was illegal retaliation against her termination. And also there was racial and sexual harassments, a sexual harassment lawsuit too against Lizzo, because Lizzo apparently was horrible to her. That's what she's saying. The whole team was horrible to her. And they were harassing her. And then she had to leave because she couldn't handle it. And that's why she's suing. And of course, the dancers are suing too. On top of that, we heard about that before. We talked about that too. But on top of that too, Lizzo's team's coming forward and said that she refused to comply with the instructions of her supervisors and the tour management, failed to perform the work that she was assigned to, and eventually just played hooky and didn't actually do her job. And the whole thing she's saying is bogus, and she's trying to get the whole court case dropped out. And you know how this goes. Have a job, the majors, they try, and then they say, no, we're not just going to throw it out. We're going to go to court. So it is moving forward. The chances of being thrown out are pretty unlikely, but it could happen. It could happen. It's just like the same thing as Keefe D wants his court cases thrown out, and he wants to get out of jail because he said, I didn't murder Tupac. So he didn't do it. He said that he's been denied bail too many times. His lawyers are pushing forward. You should let him at least get out on bail, put that little house bracelet on, go home and hang out. But they said there's no evidence. And they said that memoir was just entertainment. His memoir, where he said, okay, it was Compton Street Legend, where he said that he was the person that called the shot. That was just entertainment. Now, there's no verified facts in that actual memoir. Even though it was his memoir that he said he did it, it's not verified. So don't believe that. He didn't kill Tupac. There's no evidence. Oh, whatever. He's not getting out. That's why they're holding him. They're like, screw you. It's not happening. This stuff like this drives me nuts because murder in Hollywood is not something to joke about, but there's a crazy story that this sounds like a news story to me. It doesn't even sound like entertainment, but it's true. So a producer's son murdered his wife in Hollywood. And this is one of those things that I heard about it when it first came out. They found a disembodied body in a garbage can. So they couldn't tell who it was because they found arms, legs, torso, head. They couldn't figure out who it was. They couldn't put it all back together. And they eventually figured out who it was. It was a whole thing, but here's what happened. It's fucking scary. But Samuel Bon Haskell Jr., 35 of Tarzana, he apparently murdered his wife, and he chopped her up and threw her in garbage bags like he's Dexter and threw her in a bunch of cans around Los Angeles. And during the time, he actually tried to hire some laborers to take the body bags and throw them away for him. And the people that were working for him, so they were so heavy and they smelled like meat and they felt like concrete, they couldn't do it. And then they said, we're not going to do this, so he did it himself. And it's on camera, and of him disposing the body bags. And on top of that, his dad was a CEO of the Miss America organization, and he was actually let go in 2017 after an email scandal. He also was a founder of the Magnolia Hills Productions, which produced the Dolly Parton specials, and also he did 2 revivals of the Waltons back in the day too. So his dad was very involved with William Morris Endeavor, and he retired now, of course, for that scandal. But so it is a producer's son that did this, and apparently, they got him pretty much dead to rights. He's facing life in jail. So I can't believe it. To do that and then try to pay somebody to dispose of the body, it's fucked up. It's a lot. It's a fucking lot. And it's just Hollywood sometimes. You just don't even know what's gonna fucking happen.
If I had a nickel for every time the garbage men refused to take my bag of rotting meat, I'd be a wealthy man.
Mike. Fuck. It's crazy.
Honestly, you said to kill someone, but then expect to pay someone to take their. I think we stop at 1. I don't think we needed 2.
Not a sneaky guy.
To murder someone, to pay someone to take the body. Honestly, at that point, you're obviously insane. Why wouldn't you? I think we stop at 1.
You got to pay a higher tier of kind of cleaner, not just the guys that are.
Oh no, absolutely
doing your block.
Available and around, and
you need sunshine cleaning services.
You need the maintenance man. That's what you need. But yeah, it's a thing though that just drives me nuts. And I saw this. I had to talk about because I saw it back in November when it actually came out. And it's like they didn't really know, but now the evidence came forward and they actually got this guy. So we'll see what happens. But I'm guessing he's going to be in life for the rest, well, in jail for the rest of his life.
You're done, dude. You're done.
Yeah.
One would hope.
But there is no word that if Taylor Swift is going to spend the rest of her life with her boyfriend right now because she's not engaged. She's not engaged, apparently. It came from, we talked about this the other day, that she was apparently engaged. Well, sources said there is no engagement right now, and there's nothing planned in the future, and there's no word if he actually asked her dad for her, hand in marriage. But
that's nice.
Beyond that, yeah, but that was a rumor going around that he's been asking his dad, and her dad said yes. So maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But between everybody in her whole group, they said it's not true. She's not engaged. It's too soon. It's been very early in the relationship, and she's not sure when she'll actually get married, if they get married. It's just, But you know what? So don't believe the rumors. Don't believe the rumors. But she's a big pop culture, I should say, pop star icon right now.
Huge.
Just like Celine Dione, though, Mike. And this is some sad news too. I got a lot of sad news hitting you right now. Celine Dione. It's not good, everybody, for Celine Dione, because her disease has actually progressed further, her neurological disorder known as stiff person syndrome. And now apparently her sister came forward and said that she has, no control over her muscles at all. So right now, they're not sure how much more time she has left, but she has gone downhill massively, and we have no idea if she will ever. I mean, the idea is this is going to kill her. We know it's going to kill her, but she had to cancel all of her dates. She's not touring anymore, and it's very unfortunate that she's one of those people that always strives to keep pushing for what's the best thing. How can I keep going? How can I accomplish this? How can I fix this? And she just can't fix it. So right now she's struggling with that. It's very sad. And another pop culture icon, another pop star icon, Madonna too, is going through a lot of stuff. Which I didn't hear about this, but she apparently was in 6 months ago. She was in the hospital and no one knew why, and she was in a coma for 48 hours. And this just came out. She just came forward and said, yeah, she was in a coma. She fell at home, and then she woke up in the hospital 2 days later, and all of her family was in front of her. It's just sad, but she's doing better. She's bouncing back, but it's just I can't imagine. It's fucking scary. And you gotta be careful of your health. You never know what you can go downhill, and then we're not. They might be a superstar, but superstars don't. I mean, they're still human beings. They are. And Stallone, though, some good news. You might be a fan of Cliffhanger. Cliffhanger's moving forward. Cliffhanger 2 with Stallone. And it's going to start shooting this summer, 2024. We talked about this before. It is moving forward. They're going to be shooting all throughout Europe. He's coming back as Gabe Walker, and he's going to come out of retirement, and he's at a mountain lodge just working there. And a high-profile client is taken hostage during the adventurous trip weekend with his daughter. He has used all his cleaning skills to outwit the kidnappers, triggering a battle of life and death. So, yeah. So can't stop, man. Let them keep going. Cliffhanger 2 is coming. A lot of breaking news. Sad shit, good shit, bad shit, all the above. It's just a lot. But I'm happy you're all here for.
Zach. Too soon, buddy.
It's fucking funny. He's a stand-up comedian. Come on.
What did you say?
Yeah, I am. Zach is a stand-up comedian from, I believe, Nashville. Correct me if I'm wrong. He is hilarious. Sometimes it's a little spicy. But fucking hilarious. And I'm so glad that you're with us, Zach. You're fucking funny.
Well, thanks for being here. Thank you all for being here. If it's your first time on Kruse Control, we're at 911 subscribers. It keeps going up. Woo! We thank you all for being here, joining us on all these days. It's awesome. We keep growing. It's awesome. We're having a fun time. We're having a fun time with you. Just hang out with us. And this is that time. If it's your first time again, where everybody gets 1 minute on the clock to break down all the breaking news and what we like to call hot takes. Get limber. Now it's time for some hot takes. So this is that time. Like I said, I put 1 minute on the clock, and everyone gets to take it. There's 12 things tonight again. Sean, how many minutes is that? Or how many seconds per topic?
You got us on 5 there, bud.
Okay. All right.
16 divided by 12, Brian.
5 seconds. There we go. Well, I'm just asking Sean because Sean's been breaking it down every week. I'm just saying. So 5 seconds per topic.
Genius.
To break down their hot takes on all the breaking news. I think they all believe in us. I believe in all of you. I think it's going to happen. It's going to work out. And we're going to do it after all the hot takes, because we asked who wins, who won, what happened. I'm going to do a poll after all this, and you get to decide who actually won with their hot takes tonight. So I will start a poll after we're done, and then we'll reveal the information afterwards. But I'm going to Sabrina because Sabrina gets to choose who gets to go first.
You're
so Sabrina,
a really good multitasker. Obviously, Sean.
Okay.
Sean's going first with his hot take. Hey, obviously, Sean.
Over there.
He's limber. He's feeling good. He's feeling fresh, right, Sean?
I'm gonna give Mike a chance to absorb it all, so he can finally get them all in tonight. He's gonna be last.
Okay.
Mike will be last.
Here's hoping, Mike. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, Sean.
I'm giving
you
you
ready for
all
hot
the
takes?
tools, Mike.
Okay, here we go. All right, hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
The real winner of The Voice is whoever owns the property rights, because holy shit, that thing's still on air and it sucks. What we do in the shadows to end in season 6, it's sad, but it was a great show and we had a fantastic run, and I'm very happy that it's going. I don't see how Tarantino could do a Star Trek at this point, or why you would. I think it would have really messed up the flow of his movie career, if you will. Oh, I'm really fucking up here. Stranger Things will not end as a D&D game. Okay, great. Kung Fu Panda, fuck them, skip it. Lizzo, you're not gonna get that stuff dropped. Keefe D, I forgot about you. Producer Sunshine with Mortar. This was actually very horrendous. Don't look up all the details. Taylor Swift is not engaged. No fucking shit. Of course, there's actually a theory she's a lesbian. Celine Dione, no control of her muscles. That's sad. Madonna in coma. Also sad. Cliffhanger 2, I don't want to see it. But I've got 10 seconds to remind people, happy holidays.
You got 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
You did it.
Everybody? Sean got it. Sean got it.
Fuck, I forgot about it.
Ready.
Thank you. This is all handshakes and hugs. Look at that. I'm a sound clip. I've made it, Mom. Thank you.
You made it. Is Peppy going to
Take that,
play?
Dad. Yeah.
Peppy wants to play.
You should join us, Pep. You
Peppy,
got all the media insider knowledge.
Peppy, you gonna play?
What?
You gotta play, man. Come on. Maybe next time or today. What are you gonna do? Huh? Come on. He's not gonna do it. I don't think he's gonna do it. You're not gonna do it, are you, Peppy?
Patreon level
Bada
right
bing,
there. Come on.
bada boom.
Yeah. I don't think he's gonna do
It's a
it.
vague
Damn,
response.
skip it.
Vague, Peppy.
He's very vague sometimes. I don't tell you, Mike. It's Peppy.
Holla.
At least he's responding. He's very
I can
responsive
see
at
that,
any rate.
Queen. I can see that.
Can you believe that?
Yeah, but yeah, Pep stars I do. Well, he will eventually, but okay. So Sabrina, you gonna go next, or are we gonna have Mike go next?
Hi, Goldie.
We're gonna have Mike go next. We can't hear Sabrina right now. I think she
Sabrina.
muted herself, but we're gonna let Mike go next. So, Mike, I think we're gonna line you up for your hot takes. Are you ready though, Mike? Are you really ready?
I'm scared that today is the first day you're doing the poll because I'm gonna just drop off the cliff like immediately with this. But we'll see. We'll see how people feel. I will try, Brian.
You've got it. You got this shit, Mike. I believe in you. The world believes in you. The Kruse Control Network believes in you. Here we go, Mike. You got this. Get limber, because it's coming. Here comes music. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
Okay, worst jokes up top. Celine Dione has stiff person syndrome. I've said it a million times, but I'll say it again. Doctors, you gotta stop giving horrible afflictions such hysterical names. We love you. Well, we love you, Celine. Best of luck. Cliffhanger 2, awesome. I love 80s, 90s action trash, but I was disappointed that Stallone's character wasn't named Cliffhanger. I feel like that was a missed opportunity. Producer's son charged with murder. This took place in Encino. Move over Florida, man. Make way for Encino, man. You got it. Pauly Shore and Samwise Gamgee have been sitting on a script for a sequel forever. And Brendan Fraser's got a lot of heat right now. Just saying, Quentin Tarantino is not directing Star Trek. That's disappointing. I was really hoping we would get to see Lieutenant Worf in the GIMP suit. I just phasered Marvin in the face. Cut the Tupac killer some slack. He did it right if I did it. Ugh.
Well, Mike.
Weak performance. What was that? 4, 5. That was
Mike,
5.
are you ever
guys.
gonna make it one time?
Ugh.
He will eventually.
Trying. I just gotta speak
One
faster.
time.
That's all it is.
You gotta get.
No,
You gotta.
You gotta stop writing jokes. That's
Yeah,
what you have to
that's
do. You have to stop writing jokes.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I don't write these. This shit's off the cuff. What are you talking about?
My ass off the cuff.
Hey, Mike. Mike, it was funny though. What you got was funny.
What are you
I
talking
believe in you.
about? This is all handshakes and hugs. You're
It's
gonna
not
overuse
handshakes
it. You're
and
gonna use it. You're gonna overuse it. I already know.
I like it a lot, Sean.
On the
so
one
I'm gonna
hand-
overuse it.
Queen.
All right,
Queen,
great.
that was
Queen.
awesome. GR said, "Go fuck yourself."
I got to say Lieutenant Worf in a gimp suit. So that is a major success
That
for
was
me.
good.
Yeah.
You're right. That was good.
Well, so far, Sean got his hot takes. Mike almost got his hot takes. He had hot takes still. There's
Almost?
still hot takes. There's
He
still
had
hot
half a
takes.
hot
So
take.
he had
Hope your
some-
mom's here, Mike.
He had some hot
Oh,
takes.
I'm Mom. Oh, I hope you saw
What's
that. I
up?
just had a great
Hi,
one, Mom.
Mom.
I failed,
missed
but
it.
you would have been proud of me
Hopefully she
anyway.
saw it. Hopefully she saw it. So Sabrina, are you ready for your hot takes? That's the question.
I mean, I guess I don't know. My mic was just off. That was annoying. But if you can hear me, then yes, I'm ready.
We can hear you. All right, I'm queuing up the
Thanks,
music. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
I've never watched one episode of The Voice. I could care less about it, but I know someone very near and dear to my heart that has worked on it. It was a fun show, whatever. Don't really care who wins or whatever. Not my thing. What We Do in the Shadows, I never watched, but I was super excited that it was successful because of Harvey. So that's great. Quentin Tarantino, one of my favorite directors. Cannot see him doing a Star Trek film. I think that Dick Tracy and Queen both had very funny takes on that in the chat. Stranger Things. If they would have done that D&D thing, I would have been really pissed off about it. So I'm really glad that that's not actually happening. Kung Fu Panda. I love Jack Black. I love everything he does. So sure, fine. Animation's fun. I don't care. If it goes great, I'll see 3 more. I don't give a fuck. Lizzo, you're not going to get out of that shit that easy. It's just not going to happen. Sorry. Lo siento mucho, but you should have been like a little bit more of a better person. That Keefe D shit. Why you write that shit in your memoir if it's not true? The murdering thing. Jesus Christ, what are we on? Fucking 2020. Taylor Swift, obviously not true. Celine Dione, I am so sorry. Madonna, girl, lay off the plastic surgery. Maybe you could have seen better if you didn't have so much Botox in your face. And also, Bigger, fuck off. Woo! 1 second. Literally 1 second.
Sabrina did it. Yeah.
Literally
Wow.
1 second. Literally 1 second. I think that was the closest I've
It's so funny because I can't hear the music, but everybody else can hear it, which is good.
see
That's
it.
some fireworks.
I can't hear it though. Are you trying to make hearts, Mike?
Well, I know it's not going to work, but I can do it anyway.
I don't know why mine work. It's so weird.
You got
They
an
left
iPhone,
and it
that's
came
why.
back.
Yeah, you got those Apple products.
Is that what
Yeah.
it is? Oh, are you you both
Oh.
Android people?
I'm a Windows man.
Yeah.
You guys have real laptops?
Whoopsie.
Come on now.
Thank you, Mike's
do.
mom.
It's great.
Brian has an iPhone and he can't do it either.
I don't know.
She was great in A League of Their Own, and also that Desperately Seeking Susan. She was spectacular in Madonna. Sorry, I was responding to Richard Tracy. Anyone who's listening to the audio version of that, he said that
Sabrina's winning the
Madonna-
poll right now.
I am.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
I love
50
winning.
with Sean right now. 50,
I just
67
realized-
Sabrina.
Oh,
Brian, you never compete. Your whole thing is like the whole 10-minute intro.
he's got to
You
break it
never have to-
down. He's
You
got to
never
break
know,
it
get down in the
down.
pit. You never get
He's
yourself
the host.
dirty with
He
us.
brings the news.
I bring the news.
Who
You
do you
guys
think's
just react
setting
to
the
it.
bombs? Come
Thank
on.
you, Queen.
It's him.
I have to do the bomb. Who's gonna bomb me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Who's gonna
I'm
bomb
saying
you?
it.
Bomb you?
Yeah, no one's gonna. No. We don't
It's
bomb
like
each
it's
other
like-
here. Come on.
No, we don't
Give
do
you a
it.
taste of your own medicine, Brian. How does that
There you go.
feel?
We do that to Mike all the time.
Mike's mad with power now. I told you.
Oh,
Too
yeah.
much.
He's-
Too much goes
he's
to his
mad
head.
with power.
guys.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
It's okay, Mike. It's okay. Yeah, you do have a lot of power now, but it's good. But yeah, I can't do the hot takes. Well, I'll let you know about that poll in a second. But before we actually get into it, I was going to say this at the top, but I forgot. But it actually came out how Norman Lear passed away. His cause of death was congestive heart failure. Now, before they said it was natural causes, that's what his family said. But it came out now. The death certificate came out, and this
Wasn't he
where
like
it was at,
101 or something? Like at that
He was
point,
100,
it was
yeah.
all
Yeah.
natural causes.
Yeah.
Yes,
it was
yeah,
skydiving while going down
I
on some
mean-
hookers and some blow. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my
What did you
God.
expect?
Mike's
Hi,
mom,
Mom.
is in the chat,
That's-
Sean.
Oh,
Come
hi,
on.
Mike.
I know the thing is like yes, natural causes that makes sense kind of at 101, but it's still sad to lose somebody like that. So
Sure.
a lot of contributions to TV, a lot of contributions to TV. So yeah, it is
Oh, my
sad.
God.
But yeah, he passed away at
Revolutionized
101. So
sitcoms, that man,
he
honestly.
did. He did. But anyways, everybody, we got lots to talk about tonight. There's a lot of big topics, some
He was
small topics, big topics,
104?
all the topics of the world. And so now it's time to get into it. Come on. All right,
like
the very
demographic
first thing
of
I want to
others.
talk about, I almost have him behind the stage, everybody, but the very first thing I want to talk about is Super Mario Brothers 2. Because Jack Black recently came forward in an interview talking about the second one. Of course, he played Bowser in it. You know, peaches, peaches, peaches. I
Oh,
love you.
for fuck's
And-
sake, Brian.
and all of that. Well, Jack Black said
Let him
he goes,
have his
he loved-
fun.
No, it drives me nuts. I hate it so much.
He loves
He does
singing
sing
so
it a
much,
lot.
Sabrina. He loves singing so much. He's pitching it to be a musical for Mario Brothers 2. And he's saying that if he has his druthers, he'll be a full-out musical compared to something like the Joker 2. How the Joker 2 now is going to be a full-out musical with, Harley Quinn's coming in with Lady Gaga, and they're going to have their stand-up. I don't understand how to work as a musical, but whatever, they're doing that. So we don't really know what's going to happen yet, but Jack Black came forward being like that. And he hopes it happens. He was speaking to Variety about this today. So I honestly think that it's not the best idea. This is a video game adaptation. Like, what are you gonna sing to? Like that song where you go down the tubes, like, I'm gonna go down tube. I'm gonna go down the tube.
Honestly, I've got the most recent Super Mario Brothers game, Super Mario Brothers Wonder, because my nephew was like, "Uncle, you gotta play this with me," and I was like, "I'm coming." And I played it, and that game is amazing. And
it's great, right?
They go so hard on the music. Mike, have you played it? I take it.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, I beat it in like 3 days. Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm taking my time. I'm savoring it. I'm a completionist when it comes to Mario games.
It's Super
obviously,
Mario World. It's exactly Super Mario
exactly
World, just on steroids for the Switch.
No, but like, there's just so much good music in it, and there's consistently been really good music in the Mario video game franchise. So I could see it happening, honestly. And a guy like Jack Black is just weird enough to fill in some lyrics.
Great picture.
Why the hell not? Yeah.
I need that outfit.
Me too.
Well, it's funny.
Halloween, here I come.
He wore that outfit like he came out for an interview. The whole cast was there. He's like, no one else is wearing their costumes like their characters. Great, it was hilarious. But yeah, I don't. You think so, Sean? You think maybe they could take that that music we all know and love and put words to it? And you think that Jack Black would be the person that would actually be the man to do that?
I think so. I mean, even if it's still like original music, adapting what was done in the generations that came before the movie, right? I mean, that's amazing. Like, there's just so much there to pull from, and Nintendo has really pull. They usually pull out all the stops when it comes to music for their games. And Mike, do you remember Jump Jump Jump, that level?
That's one of the very few levels that I haven't been able to beat.
Well, I beat it after
work,
30 tries.
Good,
and
30?
Holy shit!
I've definitely given it 30 tries. I haven't beat it though.
At the end of it, I was just like singing "Jump Jump Jump" to myself just to try not to lose my brain. But
it's hard.
Yeah,
it's real hard.
Did you
use what power up did you use?
I used the floating hat.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Brian. Are we getting too technical for you?
Floating hat. That's a good idea. I haven't tried the.
I like floating hat. It gives you a little bit more breathing room on the long to the short transitions. But yeah, don't bother with the extra coin hat. Yeah, the floating hat is where you want to go with this. So yeah.
Floating hat.
All right.
So did you see the first Mario movie, John?
Elephant Mario.
All right.
I did end up seeing it when I flew to Mexico last month. I did get a chance to finally watch that and Blue
Perfect
Beetle.
airplane movie.
Yeah, sorry, I watched Blue Beetle. Sorry that I watched that one. Rough, exactly. Way too much. I didn't enjoy that. But yeah, Super Mario Brothers I enjoyed.
Too hard.
And as long as you take away the Chris Pratt of it all, I'm happy. So.
Yeah, Chris Pratt.
I think Charlie Day did a great fucking job.
I like Charlie Day a lot too.
Luigi. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Mario. Sabrina,
do you more time?
Sabrina, do you see this happening like a musical version? You saw the first one. Do you think a musical version would work? And you think that you agree with Sean that maybe Jack Black would be the man behind the Bowser mask to make it happen?
Okay, so I just saw at the Greek Theater Will Ferrell's Best Night of Your Life. Jack Black was one of the centerpieces of the show, and he was spectacular. He played all the music. He made all the jokes. He was like amazing. And by all that, I don't mean obviously that, because obviously there's a million other people there. And it was really fun. He did a really great job. I love what he does. Tenacious D, super fucking funny. Like what Tropic Thunder, one of my favorite movies. Like, he is just gold all the time. Like, even like Nacho Libre, the stupidest movie he's ever done, still fucking hilarious. I am not a musical person, but I will say this: I will get behind a musical that Jack Black is in control of.
Hell yeah.
The songs and doing the things, I am fucking in. Period. End of story. I have nothing else to say on the topic.
Well, I think there's a good chance because even that Peaches song wasn't supposed to be what it was. They asked him if he would sing something, and then he went off and wrote the whole thing. He's like, I'm going to do it if it's this bombastic.
To be clear, that song is slightly creepy and a little weird, but that's
the point.
I was just going to say that is his vibe, and I love it.
He does repeatedly kidnap the same woman. He's basically a giant lizard Bill Cosby.
Movie that many children are going to watch. Like, I feel like it's a little weird. Just a little bit.
So
I'm not saying it again, Brian.
No, don't.
Don't.
You don't have to, Mike.
Don't.
Mike, do you see this being something that could be successful, though? I mean, $1.3 billion. It's not a musical. They did have a song in there. You know, they have the original music, and it did so well. Do you think they would break that formula? Yeah, but do you think they break that formula?
These guys covered it. Like Nintendo's music, they're spot on. They got their AAA titles. They've got talent up and down the board. Jack Black, as we all know, one of the few real masters, along with like Weird Al and Spinal Tap, of people that do music and lyrics that are like, they work on every level and they're great. Sean says I've got mad power, but I've gone mad with power. But if I've gone mad with power, Sean, would I have this prepared?
It's me, Mario.
Nice work.
Wow.
That was like the first clip I thought of when I was like, okay, I got to cut off some drops for the show. I'm happy to see this Mario cartoon. I used to watch the Super Sunday show all the time. What I really want to see a musical of, Brian, is the 1993 Super Mario Brothers movie with Bob Hoskins. I want to see John Leguizamo, Luigi singing his heart out to a piranha plant.
No, he's not allowed. No, he's
that
not.
Creepy Velociraptor dinosaur.
John Leguizamo was not allowed to do a musical as Luigi because he was very upset that James Franco was cast as Fidel Castro, and he thinks that you should only be cast in your own nationality. So he can no longer play Luigi because he's not Italian. So get that out of your fucking head.
He could, though. He still could. He still could if he
could,
wanted
and
to.
he was great, but he thinks that that's inappropriate. So he can't. You can't go against your own philosophy.
It's a good question because these Italian plumbers, like, we're still not afraid to like hit real hard on that stereotype. Like that's still on the level of.
But they didn't really,
so it's an interesting line.
They didn't really do it though in the movie. Like that's why Chris Pratt was like, I'm not doing the voice, and they just like joked about it. You know what I mean?
It's sad they got rid of the classic Mario dude that's been doing Mario for 20 years.
But he was in the movie. He was the dad. He was the dad.
He was in there. But like, no, he's the he's the ambassador now. You know, they didn't really get rid of him
for Nintendo.
Yeah, he's the Mario
ambassador.
Yeah,
which means
he essentially
we're still going to pay you, but you're fired. That's what it means.
Yeah, you're never going to be the voice of Mario again. But
your caricature is no longer acceptable.
Yeah, basically.
It's sad. We talk about that too when that happened.
Oh my god,
it's sad.
You don't need to click on them all.
Yeah.
That's fucking funny.
Zach, ask your parents.
With his tail?
Sean.
Good God.
Sean, spicy, not nice.
Anyway, everybody.
No, not Lakitu.
It's the birds and the bees conversation, except with a giant lizard and
lizards and princesses.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a valid question.
They teach you that in 5th grade.
I could ask the same question. How does Din Djarin fuck with that Mandalorian costume that never takes off? Because he can't. Was he have like a robo penis that comes out? I can say the same thing. I don't know. But anyways, Mandalorian, everybody.
Wow.
It is hump day, everyone.
Segue,
Just to be clear,
Brian.
it is hump day.
It is hump day. Anyways,
Brian, how much eggnog have you had today? That's my real question.
It's very festive. Anyways, Mandalorian Season 4 is moving forward. And there were rumors that it was going to be maybe a movie or maybe a TV show because they've already done 3 seasons, but they're talking about maybe, we're going back and forth. But now it's come forward that it is going to be another series. They're going to do like 8 more episodes. It's coming on Apple TV Plus, Apple TV's Disney Plus. There's too many pluses out there, everybody. But what's it going to be about? Well, recently at Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes mobile game creator of EA came forward because the games actually tie into the series a lot. And he actually came forward and released that this show is going to be called New Mandalore, or just Mandalore by itself for first season 4. And it's really going to focus on Bo-Katan. Now, of course, Din Djarin's going to be still there, and there's an idea that it's going to be him and Grogu taking adventures into hunting down Imperials under the table for Carson Veda and the New Republic. But also on top of that, Bo-Katan will undoubtedly continue to be an important part of the story, and she will be building the Mandalore culture back on Mandalore, or the Mandalorian culture back on Mandalore, and get that back into full effect. And as Mandalore, Bo-Katan's choices into the Mandalorian form, she has an impact on the future of the Mandalorian race, and it's going to take a lot on Mandalore and rebuilding and restructuring and making that something huge, and she will be a big part of it moving forward. So it sounds like to me they're going to split the story a little bit going back and forth, and I just feel like connect them somehow. Like, how are we just not together? If Grogu's out here and then she's over there, we're going back and forth. This last one at least brought together. I know it had a lot of hate. I know a lot of people were not happy with where the story was going. But I think at least you had one cohesive story about let's get back to Mandalore. Let's save the Mandalorians. Let's get together again, and then conquer Moff Gideon and finally destroy him. But there's no rumor, there's no like actual word on who the villain will be or how it'll tie in. Of course, we are leading towards that movie. We're going to tie all of this franchises together. Ahsoka, Mandalorian. We're going to bring in all of them together and fight again against. It'll probably be in one big movie, as they're saying. So. But to me, I'm not sure, like, maybe we should have just done a movie. Maybe we should have stopped Mandalorian and just went into the movie, because we have had a lot, and it was a good stopping point, too. Yes, we got Mandalore back. Yes, Mandalorians can be themselves again. Yes, it can be respect again. We're not just, like, living on the outskirts of different planets. But I don't know. Like, I'm kind of torn on it, because I did like the last season, but I wasn't sold on it. I like Bo-Katan, fucking sexy Bo-Katan in that costume. And, Din Djarin... I'm saying a lot of people would have banged her. I would have banged her. I mean, even you fucking see the pictures I'm gonna show you later. She looks hot. But we hear this, Mike. Do you think that we should be doing a series of, or should we go into a movie, or we should just let Mandalorian be alone as it is? And do you want to see them split apart in a new season of Mandalorian?
I don't know. I like these Boba Fett, Mandalorian people. I don't know. I got bored like 2/3 of the way through the first season. What I did learn,
Mandalorian.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally. Totally. It's just
Oh,
this.
no.
I don't know. Like it's just a Western and it's slow. Like
It took me a while to get
I'm
into
interested
it too,
to go
Mike.
back to it because Grogu's adorable, and I will check it out. But it really did. It dropped off my must see list right away. What I am concerned about, because initially, Grogu here, I thought he was a blatant ripoff of Gizmo from Gremlins. But then it was brought to my attention that if Yoda had a baby with an Ewok, that is what would have given birth to Gizmo from the Gremlins. So, so Grogu was actually ripping off a ripoff of its own property.
Yeah,
it's layers within layers. I mean, I think that Christopher Nolan would be an excellent selection for
That's why
for
you're a
director,
resident
'cause I think he can
intellectual,
really-
Mike.
They're looking at you weird right now. They're like, "What do you say?"
That's
I like it. I
that's
love
my
it.
take, Brian.
Mike, do you think that it's just the fact that Grogu is there, like people will watch it though, or do you think that there is some fatigue with this franchise?
It's Christmas. I can't. There's absolutely fatigue. Star Wars, they've totally diluted their IP, way beyond any realm of acceptability. Last people I had a discussion with about this, like, it used to be an event. Like, even when Star Wars movies were coming out, 3 years between. Think of how much excitement you can build up in 3 years. You can't do it when there's 3 releases a year, like minimum. It's not the same. I do think in the Christmas season now, like, I can't even imagine just the millions of tons of petroleum used to build plastic Grogu products. Like, it's great. I mean, it's cute. Yeah, people want to see more Grogu. I want to see Grogu. That's the only reason I would tune back in.
Oh yeah, people want to see Grogu. It's a big thing. He's a big selling point of the whole show. The child, yes, a big selling point. But here's
the baby.
I'm just torn on it because I'm torn on it because it's like, we've been doing this for 3 seasons. People have been starting to be like, okay, we're a little bit fatigued on it. Where's it going? How is this tied into the bigger narrative? Can we get to the bigger narrative? We've done other spinoffs. They haven't done as well. We're going to do more. Ahsoka didn't sell as much as it should have. But do you think, Sean, that the season 4 should happen as a series, or should they just again, let's let it, ride them off into like Western distance and then bring them into a movie later?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing everything kind of just get wrapped up. I do think that it's been a little stretched, especially the second and third seasons. There was a lot of fluff. There's a lot of stuff that didn't really matter at the end of the day. There was stuff that really didn't kind of like make sense to the overarching, kind of like where the story was going. Don't even get me started on the Jack Black Lizzo cameos. What the fuck was that about?
Weird.
It was very weird, very not great. But I do think what season 3 did is plant a lot of seeds of. It was very obvious for where they were going to go if they got another season. Obviously, she's going to try and rebuild Mandalore by uniting the different factions of Mandalorians. I liked that. I thought it was a nice way to kind of capstone and just kind of let that character be. All right, they're going to go off that, and we're going to get more goofy adventures with Grogu and
I like the sound
Mando.
of that. I like the sound of that, Sean.
Yeah, no,
Pitch that cartoon.
Can I just quick question? Was that a picture of a combination between the Great Gatsby and Grogu? Is that what was happening there with the Chablis fucking glass?
Yes, it was.
Great job, Sabrina.
Yeah, that's actually Leo DiCaprio
Unbelievable.
playing
Very
Grogu
proud
in
of
that
you.
scene.
I always, it's funny, like when you look at shows like a Star Trek, like those episodes for the most part are self-contained, right? They have an issue that occurs in the beginning, they figure it out, characters are involved or not, and they change from thing to thing, but like you don't have to watch all of it to really like get the gist of what's going on. And I think if they did more like little one-off little capers with Grogu and and Din, I think it would probably be a nice little turn for it. But however, as Mike said, they've kind of built themselves into a corner here where it's the IP is very diluted. I still don't know how people file taxes on Tatooine. And like
I've been asking for that for a while too.
I have been. I've been very upfront about
taxes on the spice.
I need to know. Oh, don't even get me started on spice.
On the spice, I know. Trust me, I know.
No, but like, yeah, it's the Disneyfication of everything that we used to hold near and dear to our hearts. That's just been repackaged and sold in a highly disposable way, and it's disappointing to see. I completely agree with Mike. Like, yes, it used to be a big deal when something came out, and now it's like almost something comes out, and I'm like, I'll just wait for it to go to streaming. Or
oversaturation of the market.
It's very oversaturated the market. Like, I mean, but no surprise, right? I mean, Disney owns Marvel. They've fucking ran that in the ground. Disney owns Star Wars. They're gonna run that shit into the ground.
We don't have enough. There's not enough time in the afternoon to watch all of the must see TV. But
it's not must see TV. It sucks dick. Like they've done so much that it sucks dick. Like I mean, not that sucking dick is bad. I enjoy that sometimes. My point is that it's just it's not great.
Hi, Mike's mom.
Yeah. When she's gone. She's gone. She hasn't commented in a while. She pops in. She's gone. Trust me. I've been watching the comments. That's what I do.
I love Star Trek versus Star Wars. It'd be great.
By the way, you said more fucked up shit, Sean. I don't want to hear it.
And my mom liked it though. She laughed.
Yeah, of course.
Give me some of that Babu Frick. Bring that Babu Frick image back.
Babu Frick is the man.
Frick is my number one.
Tell me Babu Frick's story.
I just think we have more characters to dive into, and like the Din Djarin story is great and all. I still have fun with it, but it's like we can branch it off to something else. Put them in a different story with somebody else.
Again,
you want a new character story, but you're upset that they're focusing on her instead of him.
Well, I just think I don't like that they're separated. The idea is they're gonna be separated. And I'm like, I don't need two separate storylines. I mean, give me a whole show about that, or take him and put him with somebody else, and put a different adventure with him and somebody else.
If they're going different directions, then that's two shows. Like if she is
going to
rebuild Mandalore,
should be separated. Yeah,
if she's rebuilding Mandalore and he's doing something else, then fine.
That's where I'm like, this is like the little bit we have for the information though. It's like it seems like it's gonna be too much in one show. Like we could just take it, split it in half, and have him Mando go on this new adventure. And if you want to do a whole different spin-off about Mandalore rebuilding, let's do that. It might be cool.
Yeah,
Sean.
Yeah, but this is the whole problem. That this is why Boba Fett was such a shit show too. Right? Like there was just too much going on. It was bouncing around between past and present, and it was just weird. It was just not a good way to do it. Quick plug though, again, I think I mentioned this previously. The books that have come out, the series of books called From a Certain Point of View, that tells the minor character stories, points of view about like big things that are happening or plot points within the original trilogy, episodes 4, 5, and 6. So highly recommend that if you haven't read those books yet. It's a nice little. I picked it up as an audiobook off of Audible, and it was a good time. It was just fun to kind of you're following the plot of the movie, but through the what the Jawas are really doing inside of the Sandcrawler while they're selling to Luke and Uncle Owen, that kind of shit. Like it's pretty fun. I enjoyed it. I want more shit like that. But
a lot of English I don't know
Well,
there, but
I think that's what. I think that's
It is
what
English.
they're trying to do different stuff like this. I think that's the idea of
know
all
it,
these spin-offs. But overall, I feel like. I get there's a
It's
big
too
narrative
much.
coming, and I can't wait to see where it comes. Sabrina, how do you feel about this? Okay, again, like we're splitting it up, Din Djarin, we're splitting up Bo-Katan. I love Bo-Katan again. I'll say it again. I love them both, but like you're splitting it up, so it seems like it could be a little convoluted. Do you want to see this new season even move forward, or would you like to see something else in Star Wars?
Okay, so to be clear, the very first season of Mandalorian, I was like, no, thank you, hardcore, no, thank you. Then every time I saw this little fucker, I was like, I have to watch it. I have to watch it. I have to see him. I need to see him as much as possible. He's the cutest thing. He's the best present I've ever gotten in my life. Thank you, Brian.
He's life size.
Yep.
He is so cute, and I love him. The dogs are jealous of him at one point. Like I used to sleep with him. Like that's how much I love this little fuck. He's like the elf on the shelf, like in our house. Like the elf. Like I open the closet and I'd be like, oh hey bud. He'd be like in my backpack when I'm going to work, or at the coffee machine with his hand on a K pod. What are those things called? What kind of pod?
Yeah, Keurig machine.
Yeah, whatever,
K-cup.
whatever.
Yeah,
The
Courage.
K-cup.
Yeah,
Thank
K-cup.
you.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so he's like me holding the fucking thing. I mean, it's adorable, and I love him. I fucking love this little fuck. So that's the only reason why I even watched The Mandalorian. And after the very first season, I was very pleasantly surprised. I liked it a lot. I was like, this is fucking great. The second season was slightly less great. Hot as fuck. Nice picture. The third season, there's always a decline. A decline happens. And I think that people were more pissed off about Bo-Katan kind of taking the front seat than they were about the season itself. I think it was more, and I don't want to say sexist. I'm not saying it's a sexist thing. I just think people don't like change, and they wanted like a specific thing, and that's not what they got. And so there was like kind of a shift, and a lot of people didn't like this last season. For me, I see that it's like in my mind, I feel like it's logical if he's going to continue to go around and do his, fucking what's it called, vigilante shit, and she's going to focus on rebuilding Mandalore, that you would have two series. It's just oversaturation 100%. Don't get me wrong. However, if that's the direction that it's going, which is what it looks like, like I see that. So I don't think I understand what they're doing, I guess I could say. But you're right with Disney and oversaturation and the Marvel and the fuck. It's like just fucking do something new. Stop trying to just ride the old IP-ness over and over and over again, for fuck's sake.
Well, sometimes it's a good ride, though. People love that sometimes. So I'm saying,
clearly,
nostalgia penis.
Some people are saying it.
Nostalgia penis, rude.
But I just think that overall they had a good idea here, and I really think that they're trying to push something new, but at the same point, they're making some of the same mistakes by doing some of the same things over again. Honestly, I still enjoy all these. I'd still enjoy watching it. It's not like I'm going to not watch it. I know some people might stop, but it's not like I'm not going to watch it. I'm as we all see, I'm looking for like something to like blow my socks off again. And Ahsoka didn't do that. I still enjoyed Ahsoka, but it didn't blow my socks off like I thought it was going to. And Mando, it's too. What were you saying, Sean?
Well, like my whole issue with Ahsoka, and look at the past episodes. I know that people go watch these, on their coffee breaks or whatever. But I thought Ahsoka, naming it that gave the wrong impression of what the show was.
Yeah, we talked about that before. Yeah,
you spent so much more time with these rebel characters and catching up, building off of what they did in the cartoon. That just making Ahsoka be the focal point just really was a disservice, I think, to the show and the marketing especially. So
it was because Rosario Dawson was Ahsoka, and she was the most recognizable name, and she was in Mandalorian, and they were just capitalizing on that. Well, it's a marketing thing. I'm not saying it's right, because it's not. I agree with you. I'm just saying that's why.
Honestly, it feels like one of those just like producers kind of pulled the card and said, "It's fucking named this. We can't come up with a better name. Just fucking move on with it." Like,
Mary Elizabeth
why they just call Rebels?
Was spectacular.
She was great.
Actually.
She was one of the best parts of that show.
She was my favorite part of it, honestly.
She got to do fuck all, but she did wonderful. In the entire thing.
She did fucking at least 6 hours in hair and makeup every fucking day. I'll let you know that. So
they should have had fun with it. They should have called that show something like, like one of the
I
Star
agree.
Wars movie, like Rise of the Resistance or something like that. That would have been kind of cool to like name it something that has like a Star Wars feel to it, as opposed to just
Rebels
somebody's name as
Return, Return of the Revenge of the Rebels or
Rebels.
something.
Yeah, bam.
And
It's
if
done.
you're gonna call it Ahsoka, call it Angry Ahsoka, because she was a real fucking hard pill to swallow for the first 4 episodes at least.
Well, you brought that up too, Sabrina,
I
like
know.
earlier, right? Like there was such a tonal shift between what the cartoon Ahsoka was and
100%.
the Ahsoka we got in the show. And yes, she did go through a war, which apparently changes people.
Who
God
hasn't?
bless the
Who hasn't in
veterans.
the Star
Who
Wars
among
universe?
us haven't? Thank you
Right?
for your service,
It is
GR.
good.
Anyway.
Yeah, I just see where they could have gone, and I know that there's a whole changing of the guard. Like Filoni's taking over more. John Favreau's kind of stepped down a little bit from it, and Filoni seems like to be the man. He's getting more and more power, and so whatever his idea will move, and that's more George Lucas too, but because he was trained with Lucas. So I hope they go bigger with the season 4. I hope that it is going to be really good, and I still will watch it. I'm still going to give it a chance, and I think that we will find out very soon, of course, but I think that they can turn this ship around and bring it all together and have a great ending to this whole in-between franchise they've created. And then, send these characters off in the distance and bring new ones in. But we're going to have that sequel series coming in with Rey, and we'll have to see how that is too, because this is happening, everybody.
Why did you just E.T. Ray?
Yeah, why is E.T. Ray?
That was my best. That was my best Alec Guinness. I'm sorry, that was my best Alec Guinness. Like Ray. If you watch the movie,
That was
Ray,
I'm sorry.
Ray Star Wars. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
One
yes,
hundo
yes,
E.T. You just did, by the way.
It was kind of like Ray. I can't. No, I'm not like
Still E.T.
lingo or something.
Definitely
I don't know what the
E.T.
fuck
You're
that
not,
was.
You're not leaving E.T. by the way.
That was something.
I think you nailed it.
I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
E.T.,
I don't know what the
right?
fuck I'm doing. And it seems like Marvel doesn't know what the fuck they're doing with the franchise these days. They're trying to figure it out because now we have the X-Men coming. I think this is the right route, is to push X-Men. I think it's great. Let's push X-Men. Let's make X-Men to the forefront. Let's go through and make this happen, because X-Men are an untapped resource they've been holding off on. But there's some like uproar on the internet right now. They are. And people are, there's some uproar on the internet recently about what has come out about the new X-Men franchise. And I don't have a problem with this, but I know people have this whole thing, they call it the MCU, and people get fucking frustrated, and it's dumb if you ask me. It's creative. It's creative, but it's like, also I'm like, but Daniel Reitman came forward. He's a pretty big insider, and people talk about him all the time. He came forward, and they're starting to write the new script for X-Men, and they're saying it's to be more female focused. So it'll be all the female members of the X-Men teaming up together and focus on their story. No Magneto. They definitely don't want to have Magneto in there. They said none of that. They want to have Mr. Sinister come in to be the villain for this.
Don't hate it.
I don't hate that either, but I also laughed about this because X-Men 97, the cartoon series coming out, Mr. Sinister is the villain. So is this going to be one of those things where they're going to try to tie the comic book world into the movie world and bring them all together? Now, Kevin Feige, of course, was there in the early days of the X-Men movies. He was there with casting Hugh Jackman. He was there with all the early building blocks of all of the X-Men movies. And so his idea is to not do the same thing again, but also give them a good send-off and make something completely different for the new movies. And maybe this would be, you make a female cast, and you bring them out, you bring some freaking sexy ass fucking superhero girls coming in there, kick some ass, take some names, and then fucking put some powers out there. I don't know. But for me, it sounds cool, but I like Mr. Sinister. He's a fucking great character. And I just don't know, like, if we're doing it for the cartoon, should we do it for the movie too? I don't know. There was, Mr. Sinister was almost cast before everybody. I don't know if you knew this. When they did the New Mutants, they almost had, they had this all worked out where John Hamm was going to be Mr. Sinister. And then that last minute, they canceled the whole thing. I don't hate that. I don't hate John Hamm being that.
Why did they do
him
that?
as Nathaniel Essex, sure.
I could see it. There's rumors he might be Dr. Doom too. I could actually see that too, but I wouldn't mind him coming in as Mr. Sinister. I think he'd be great. I got to go to Sean first, everybody. I'm sorry. I'm going to go to Sean first. Sean, you hear about this?
Yeah.
Do you think that's okay? Are there enough characters that you can see? I mean, it'd probably be Storm maybe leading this pack, but do you see a group that could be like harnessing to be the best X-Men moving forward with a female cast? And do you see Mr. Sinister being the person to be the big bad?
I will say this: like, they've done this before in the comic books. When they relaunched X-Men, probably about a decade ago, maybe even 5 or 8 years ago at this point. They relaunched X-Men. It was the core title, and it was an all women's team. It was Jubilee. We had Psylocke on there. We had Storm on there. I can't remember the other ones. Rogue, probably. Emma Frost might have been in there. There's so much that could be, I mean, so much untapped potential when it comes to X-Men. I completely agree with what Dick Tracy's here saying. Richard Tracy, sorry. There's just a lot of good storylines. There's a lot of good characters. There's a lot of good things. But I think if you're going to introduce mutants into the MCU, there has to be like a more approachable way to do that. It feels like they're rushing things.
There's a big kind of potential danger here, isn't there, Sean?
What do you say? What do you mean? In what way?
I mean, just in introducing this massive group of characters that also their whole powers are derived a different way, and they're kind of an isolated ecosystem. So I'm really curious to see how it's going to merge.
I agree, and like I think it also brings up a lot of issues too with like just continuity in the Marvel Cinematic Universe too, right? Like if all these characters with all these amazing powers existed before, why weren't they fighting along Avengers? Where were they? I mean, the Westchester Mansion or Westchester, compound where the X-Men apparently are. That's not too far from New York. That's like upstate New York. They could have
didn't give a shit.
Taken a bus or taken a Blackbird down there and fought an alien invasion. And oh no, people can't know about us, but we're gonna let millions and millions of people die with Thanos taking over. It's weird. I don't know. And there's been so many like. What I think is problem is usually in Marvel films, we've gotten a tease and then it's a movie appearance, right? We've gotten the introduction of a character and then immediately here we go. But the rumblings and like the foundation of mutants being in the MCU has shown up in so many times. I'm just like, I'm tired of waiting for it. Like, stop saying that there's something. A mutation, Miss Marvel, right? And then having Beast show up at the end of Marvels was like, okay, finally we're getting to this a little bit, but like it's still so far off. And now I feel like it's just gonna be fuck it. Here's everything because we slow rode this so many times. Now I do want to get to the Mr. Sinister part of it
in the room.
I would say that is. Oh, is he in the room? The fan of the show?
Can I have a quick question for you, Sean?
Yeah, go ahead.
Was that Beast scene not the most like horrific thing that you've ever seen in your life for a post-credit scene?
I think it was weird because you're trying to appeal to a couple different fandoms there, right? Because it's the Kelsey Grammer Beast, which we found, X-Men Last Stand. That was an okay use of that character. It was fine, but the design of the Beast that showed up in the Marvels more was closer to what it looked like in the cartoon, in the X-Men like 90s cartoon, in my opinion at least. It was brighter and bluer. It was furrier, that kind of shit. Like I was like, why are you trying to give me two different beasts? It was just weird.
Also annoying. However, I just mean the scene itself.
Oh, like it's stupid.
The acting, the purpose, like the whole fucking thing. It was a shit show. It was offensive.
I feel, and honestly, like the rest of the Marvels movie, I had no issue with. Like there was definitely some low beats in it.
Did you like the cat musical?
I mean, who doesn't like Flurkins just going fucking nuts, right? That was beautiful to see that shit. But I feel like again, like Marvel needed to do something 2 or 3 years ago to get mutants in there, and now it's just like they're just going to throw it in there and it's going to look messy and they'll see what works and things probably won't. But I do want to say about the Mr. Sinister thing real quick before we go to somebody else, because I've sat on the soapbox for too long now. Mr. Sinister as a character has really enjoyed a nice little renaissance the last couple of years. I really like what's been going on after. I'm getting really nerdy here. Sorry, guys.
Get in there.
The House of X and the Powers of X. This was Jonathan Kirkman coming to the table and said, "We're doing a complete swipe. We're gonna flood the entire mutant population. Right? We're just gonna restart X-Men based on this core new idea of Moira MacTaggart being her mutant powers, she has 10 lives. And essentially, she gets to essentially, figure out the best way forward for mutant kind and mutantdom. But what they've done with Nathaniel Essex, what they've done with Mr. Sinister has been amazing. I've really enjoyed him as a sort of villain, sort of like ne'er-do-well that's just kind of there to like push over the dominoes when no one's ready for it. So it could be interesting. And again, you get a lot into especially I think Mr. Sinister works in the MCU because with what's going on with Spider-Man and the symbiote that was left over and Miss Marvel becoming a mutant, right? There's a lot of genetic kind of stuff, which plays right into the Mr. Sinister wheelhouse. So excited to see him. If that's the case, I think a John Hamm Mr. Sinister would be amazing. Give him 3 or 4 of himself to kill and backstab, and it'll be great. Absolutely, X-Men Evolution was fantastic. I completely agree, Queen.
That could be cool, actually. The evolution would be good too. It's like they're talking about starting off and then they make a new X-Men team. I mean, Kevin Feige knows the X-Men very well. And honestly, it seems like they are trying to tie in some of the nostalgia, the early stuff, the 90s, the cartoon stuff. Mr. Sinister, though, like Sean, I'm going to go with Mike, actually. Mike, so you hear about this, and it's like the cartoon 97 is moving forward with Mr. Sinister. We know that. That's done. It's coming out. It's been delayed a little bit, but he is the main protagonist. Do you think that... antagonist. I think antagonist. But what do you think? Do you think that this is actually a good idea to actually use the same character in both the movie and the cartoon? And do you see this being a problem? Like, do you think that's just fans being pissed because they don't want anything changing when it comes to the MCU shit? Or do you think that, yes, we should just like go with our core group and like not try to do something different just to do something different?
No, I actually think that's a great thing to have, that kind of cross continuity going, especially when, like I mentioned to Sean, I'm concerned because up till now, pretty much the MCU in terms of continuity, I don't really see how there's any possibility of it being any tighter than they have played it so far. It has been so incredibly, I can't think of the word for it, but everything, all the dominoes are all related. There's not a lot of
architecture, basically.
There are some threads that are out there floating. But like in terms of what is feasible in Hollywood, I don't see that they could have they could have hoped to do a better job than they have. That said, bringing in the mutants, I think that's going to have to go out the window to some degree. I think that they're going to have to loosen their buttholes a little bit and open themselves up to some new experiences. Sorry, that was a strange analogy. What I don't know I would love to see John Hamm as Mr. Sister. But I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know anything about this bad guy, Sean. I am actually ready to. I've been reading some comics, but not X-Men. But I do think actually I'm a big X-Men fan. I think I would like to dive into some more. Do you have any Mr. Sinister arcs that you would recommend off the top of your head, Sean, or anything we can throw in the video?
So anything that, again, after Hoxpox, House of X, Powers of X again, so you're going to look at Dawn of X, where basically it was retconned that Mr. Sinister is a mutant, but they just completed earlier this year a series called Sins of Sinister, which... In the beginning of Hoxpox, there was a lot of like coded messages in the beginning of the comic books. And there would be all these kind of releases where people would be trying to translate them and figure out who they were about and what they were. And basically, it turned out that these were dispatches from Mr. Sinister saying, yes, I'm on this council and I'm playing nice with everybody, but I'm also Mr. Sinister, so I'm fucking with a lot of shit behind the scenes. And so Sins of Sinister was essentially all of those things kind of coming to pass and him getting his way and also his comeuppance, which was really good. But yes, if you have not read it, they just released, I believe, earlier this year, a really nice omnibus of Hoxpox, which was, I think, 20 issues, I want to say, or 12, one of the two. But still, really good reading. It reset the entire mutantdom, and Nathaniel Essex fingers and tendrils are all over the fuck of it. So excited for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that on order at my local library. See if they can put a
Oh.
hold on that.
If anyone
Check
hasn't
that out.
Hoopla yet, have you heard of Hoopla? Everyone knows about Hoopla?
I haven't heard of Hoopla. What's Hoopla?
Oh my goodness. Hoopla is an app you can get on your device, your Kindle, your mobile, whatever, and it allows you to rent digital versions of books, graphic novels, audiobooks, whatever. You can have like 10 out at a time or something like that, or you get 10 a month. But that is actually how I've been catching up, because the Marvel line, of course, when something starts selling, they just flood the market with stuff. So some of the more disparate titles that came out during the Hoxpox years weren't great, but they were also, you wanted to kind of catch up and read them to see, because characters were showing up in different titles and whatnot. So it was good to hear. But
Sean, technical question for you, Sean. You,
like
you
that
read
too.
that on a phone, or you got an iPad, or what's your form factor for a digital comic?
I'll show you. I actually, I used my iPad.
Okay,
it's very
so you got like
easy
a
to
9,
use.
10
Yep.
incher.
Yeah,
big enough
I
to
think,
feed. Do you have to scroll? I guess is what I'm wondering, or do you get a sufficient full page that you can read and just flip?
well, it's very easy. So you can put it up. Hold on a second. There. Well, all the screens are getting there. There you go. So that's that. And then all you do, oh God, is you just swipe. And you swipe.
So you do it full screen like that, and
I do it full
All right.
screen. Yeah. Now there is also an alternative method if you are old school with your comic books, where they will give it to you panel by panel. But I don't like that. I just want to see the whole page so I can take the entire story in and then dive in if I need to. But there's a plug for Hoopla and your public library.
That's a big
Support your
plug.
public
Yes.
libraries, guys. Support public libraries. Come on.
100%.
What are we doing?
It's good that you have that resource actually, that you can actually just watch it that way, or actually take time to actually read it that way. But so we have to go to Sabrina fast. Sabrina, you hear about this? Do you think that Mr. Sinister? I mean, I don't know if you know anything about Mr. Sinister, if you know anything about where the storyline is going, but do you think this is a good idea for them to take the X-Men in this direction moving forward after people have been waiting for so long for this franchise to actually be part of the MCU? Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Uh-oh.
No.
How about now?
Yay!
Sorry, I have house guests. My best friend's parents are staying with me.
Oh,
So
get them on. Let's talk to them.
They were doing some things,
'em
and I had
on.
to help them. I muted myself so you all didn't have to listen to my shit. However, to be perfectly honest, like I'm not in the, I don't know enough about the comics to be like, this has to be the way that you go in this direction. I like New Mutants a lot. Magic is one of my favorite comic book characters of all time. And if Anya Taylor-Joy is going to come in and play Magic and do some spicy X-Women shit with a bunch of other hot chicks, I'm 100% in. 100% in. Okay? All over it. I don't know about this Sinister fucker. I don't give a fuck. I don't know. Whatever. I hope you don't fuck it up is really what I'm trying to say. I just hope you don't fuck it up, because you fucked up a lot of shit.
That's the problem. Yeah, I think people are worried they've already fucked it up. Right?
No, they have fucked a lot of things up. But if you're
Yeah.
gonna start a new leg of a tour, you know what I mean? Like let's do this right. So
Yeah.
I just feel like Anya Taylor-Joy would be a huge proponent in that, because she's amazing, and I think she's going to be a great Magic. And like, whatever the other people that you choose and great casting, like you could make this work, and it could be. I know that people are upset, like that it's what they really call it, the MCU. That's
Yeah,
it's also kind of annoying, like as a woman, even to be like, well, I don't want to be like given this shit because they say that, you know what I mean? Like you have to have women. So it's like, it's forced. I don't want it to be forced. I want it to be because
right? I can see that.
I want it to be because it should be, which it should be. But if you make it forced, you're not going to make the right choices. You're not going to do the right thing. I know, Richard Tracy. I'm sorry. My life is a fucking nightmare, and I'm super fucking bad. I can barely feed my dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot. I cannot read a comic currently, but I will catch up on some comics.
Well,
I do watch a lot of movies, though. I really try hard.
I'll mail you some shit tomorrow, whatever you need. Yeah.
Let's do it.
There you go. Put it out there.
Let's do it. We're going to make some things
X-Men,
happen.
The X-Men are coming, everyone, and I think that that's where they need to take this direction for the MCU moving forward. It's about time. Let's get into the X-Men. We bought this franchise. We acquired Fox for so long. So long ago they acquired Fox, and they've had these characters. They've just been sitting on them, waiting. And now everything that's gone down recently, people are going nuts because they're like, well, what's going to happen now? Because for a long time, we had this whole idea that Kang the Conqueror was going to be taking over and being the big bad for everything moving forward. But now with Jonathan Majors gone, he may not be. And now Avengers 5, the Kang Dynasty, has changed just to Avengers 5. So we don't know if it's going to be Kang or if it's not. And that leads me to our feature story of the night.
It's because you don't feed your dogs, Sabrina.
Animal cruelty. I feed them all. I cook them, goddamn, by the way, organic fucking every vegetable in the world and blueberries and quinoa and fucking salmon and things.
You got to come to my house.
I cook for them. They eat better than I do. So fuck you with the animal cruelty.
There's your problem right there.
So
I'm just saying it's hard because I'm very busy.
So anyways, yes. Yeah, that was a lot. So
I'm sorry. He accused me of. I literally, the dogs are my children. It's ridiculous. I have
yes, Mr. Tracy, like all the X-Men.
They're my babies.
You Grogu.
We love all the X-Men, but here's what I'm going to say right now. And here's my pitch, everybody. We've said this for months. Before when I was talking about this story for the end, I was like, well, what's next? Do we do Doctor Doom again? We talk about Doctor Doom. What do we do with Kang? Is he going to be gone? What do we do? No, I'm just going to say it out there. Just cast Denzel Washington. Please.
Fuck yeah.
Just cast Denzel Washington as Kang and be done with all this nonsense.
I fucking dare you.
I dare you. I double dog dare you. I triple dog, all that shit. Here's the thing that drives me nuts about this. That's what this segment is. This segment is called Do It. Just fucking do it. We've been talking about this for over 6 months. When this fucking shit first went down, we said Denzel Washington is our man. I don't want John David Washington. People are saying cast his kid. I don't want his kid.
Nope. I don't want the creator.
I don't want anybody from Star Wars. I don't want Will Smith. People are saying Will Smith. You know what? Forbes even reported on that there's a rumor about Denzel being Kang. And I'm like, we started that rumor. No one said that shit before.
Literally, we
Kruse
did.
Control exclusive that we said Denzel Washington equals Kang. And we said it before Jonathan Majors got fired on YouTube.
Long ago.
Search Denzel Washington, Kang, you got Kruse Control. So all I'm gonna say now, all these other big people right now are all taking our fucking limelight and saying, "Oh, that's our idea. It should be our fucking thing." No, it's a Kruse Control exclusive. We want Denzel as Kang. We need, and Denzel's a fucking friend of the show. He's a great human being, and he's perfect for it. And so it's about damn time to put a fucking caliber actor like himself in that role and have him dominate and scare the fuck out of people with those looks and go, okay. I'm gonna destroy all these Avengers. I can't wait for that shit. I want it right now. I don't want fucking Will Smith being like, Big Will, getting Daddy loves you. I don't want that shit, I want Denzel.
Will Smith.
That's Will Smith. Yeah, I was gonna say, wow.
I know. If it was Friday, I'd drink. It's horrible. I want Denzel to be like, okay. That's what I want. I want that fucking look. I want him to fucking destroy. He's not too old. Go fuck yourself. Age up Kang. Kang could be any fucking variant, and the most experienced is the oldest Kang is the most experienced, most intelligent, the most ready to kick the Avengers' ass. Give me that Kang. Make that happen, and then have him become the big bad. Damn right, it's Denzel's time. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna go on the table though, because there are more people coming out there. People are saying, like I said, there's, there's a lot of rumors right now. Will Smith shit. There's again his kid. There's a lot of fucking rumors. Do we think that they will actually recast Kang, or like this happened on Hollywood Reporter said that they're just changing it to Avengers 5? Mike, do you think that they're just going to be done with Kang, or do you think that we just keep pushing Denzel, they'll cast him eventually?
As the great Shia LaBeouf once said, Brian, do it. I'm going to pop my mic. Do it. And according to Emperor Palpatine, do it. Yeah, that would be great. That would be great. Aside from that, if that doesn't happen, that would be great. What? He's 68 years old. Young him up, man. Give him that CG treatment. No problem. Like I see, like the mock-up that whoever did and posted on Twitter, like that was a perfect mock-up. So I think that really kind of pushed it. We started the rumor, and then that person kind of rocketed it with that excellent graphic. I do think that this is a great opportunity. If we don't get Denzel, then give us some of that multiverse action. Like, cast a whole bunch of people. Like, I think that the setup is there. We saw it in Loki. Like, it's just ready to go. And I think it could be part and parcel of the whole relaxing and letting go with the continuity, just realizing that there's going to be conflicts and you're going to have to deal with it, which is when you've got a multiplicity of properties in your IP, it's going to happen, because if it doesn't happen, then you totally bound your creative teams in a very untenable way, which you don't want. It's the realm of imagination. Like, comic books they are way ahead of cinema in terms of visual representation. Like, if you want to see what movies are going to look like in 10 or 15 years, look at what comic books are doing right now. That's been the case for the last 50, 60 years, maybe even longer. So yeah, I think they should cast. If we don't get Denzel, then just give us a whole multiverse. Let us see all the Kangs, because there's Kang variants out there. Which is something
they're saying too.
There's gotta be.
That's a rumor too. They would just kind of do variants of all different kinds and shapes and sizes and stuff, or you just cut them right out and just move on to Doom. Which, again, I just say you got Denzel. They actually brought him in for Galactus, and he said that he didn't want to do that because they're going to CG a lot of him, and he didn't want to be just CG. He wanted to have his face. He wanted to be able to act, have that intensity, and bring it out to the character, be a bigger role.
You can CG. I mean, look at what they did with Andy Serkis. Like, they're not stealing anything from your.
Sure. Yeah.
But Denzel wants that moneymaker out there. I'm just saying, like, if they have him already, that already came in for interviews and he wants a bigger character, this is that time you throw that card. Okay, cool, it's time. It's time for you to come in and be fucking Kang. That's it, man. You want to be here.
It's a massive problem. It's such a huge problem for the MCU, and they're going to have to take a bold step, and it seems like it's either going to go one way or the other, but it's going to have to be decisive unless they pull off some kind of crazy, sneaky David Blaine trickery, and blow all our minds. I don't know who you're going to next, Brian, but I'm really excited to hear some responses here.
Tom Cruise is Kang. Sabrina, what do you think about this? I'm gonna leave Sean for last because I know Sean's nipping at the butt to get in there. So
that's fine. I'm prepared. That's okay.
Sabrina, what do you think? Should we push for Kang even harder to be Denzel Washington, or should we just drop it? Because again, they did change the title. They're not saying Kang Dynasty anymore. They're just saying Avengers 5. Do you think that maybe they're just not going to do it and they're just going to try to change the whole dynamic of everything moving forward, or they just have no idea? And what would you do?
What would I do? None of this. Yeah. But what they should do, they've already promised the fans something. They're very specific on their 34-year plan, which they like to come out with like it's a fucking home mortgage. I feel like probably they're gonna recast Kang regardless. And it probably will be a variant, and we'll probably not focus on him solely, but it will be a part of it, And I mean, there would be no greater justice in the world than for us to have called this shit and for it to have happened. That would be a fucking moment in time, and I'd be so here for it and so excited for it. Because for literally months, almost a year, it's been that we have been begging for this. And literally a few days ago, when we reported the thing, they're saying that Denzel Washington was going to do that. And I was like, wait, what? They are? And then you Googled it. It was just us. It was always just us. Yep. Now, all of a sudden, every motherfucker on the planet is jumping on the Kruse Control bandwagon. Yep. So you know what? You know what I say? Hashtag Kruse Control. Hashtag fucking Denzel for King. And fucking stop this. Listen, you're going to come on our channel and steal our shit? At least have the common courtesy to give us a shout out, motherfuckers. Okay? Sean gives you a shout out all the time, Popcorn Planet, or whoever the fuck's that
Screen Crush.
Whatever, Screen Crush.
Screen Crush.
God damn it.
Screen Crush was talking about it too.
That sounds
delicious. Screen Crush was talking about it too.
That's where I want to
Sean always shouts out his sources. I'm just saying. Shout us out if you're going to steal our shit.
You got to give the love.
Shout us out if you're going to steal our shit.
John, or I say his name, Ortega from Star Wars. I can't say his last name, but he's up there saying that. Yeah, Boyega. They're saying that he's actually another person that people are asking for. I just think that
he said no.
He said no. I know. That's what everybody says, Sean.
Again, variants like Denzel. I mean, there's just so many things. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I'm more with the whole story. I'm more upset about the fact that we were robbed then who the fuck is going to play Kang? Just going to be honest. However,
I mean, Screen Crush. There's a bunch of
Forbes and Screen Crush are that's all I
heavy
need.
spoilers.
All I need.
Guys, no, we can't claim that. We're not going to get payments.
Oh, we
There's
claim it.
No
payments. We just
What
want
is it?
acknowledgement. We just want
No,
acknowledgement.
it's not. Come on. Like, everyone's allowed to speculate whatever the fuck they want.
No, we've been speculating for months, and these people have been speculating for 5 minutes.
That's
a
okay,
big
though.
difference. No, it's
That's
not.
okay. It's
No,
called
it's
parallel thinking. If you,
know what it's
if you know
called?
about Carlos Mencia
Assholism. That's what
and
it's called.
Come on,
Amy Schumer.
It's an
thief.
epidemic.
Parallel
It's
thinking.
called assholism, and it fucking hurts. Okay, so don't do it.
Sabrina, it is free to be kind. Okay?
Oh, of course, but you're kind in recognizing who you hear your.
It's also
shit
hip to
from.
be square.
It is
No,
hip to
no,
be square.
no,
it's
not.
cool to be kind. It's hip to be square.
Huey Lewis?
Yeah, that's all we're doing. Is it my turn, Brian?
It's your turn. What do you think about this, Sean? What do you think?
Fuck you, Sean.
They stole it, Sean.
Did they steal it, Sean?
They
They
Still.
really did.
No one stole
they
anything, guys.
100% did, dude. That's fucking weird. We've been saying that for months. Don't you parallel thinking me?
bitterness.
Give me one thing, Sean. I just want one thing.
So where do you
this.
see it going,
This is going to
Sean?
be the greatest clip of Kruse Control of all
This is
time.
I'm monetizing this guy.
If this could be the thing, it would be so great.
Yeah, I mean,
Sean.
if it happens, sure.
You could go back 9 months and like we're
if it
saying,
happens.
fucking Denzel for King.
If
If
I
it
had
happens,
put
Sean,
all
is that
my
on us?
college money into crypto, I'd be fucking not here.
Word up.
So what do you think right now? Listen, if it happens, fantastic. If
It's
it
on us.
doesn't happen, I don't believe we'll see Kang. I think
They'll just
if
cut
they
him out?
really
No.
really want to listen, just hold on, all right? If they really wanted to get rid of Kang, the only way out I see it now is focus on the fact that Loki supplanted He Who Remains and reframed the timeline into Yggdrasil.
That's true.
the
Loki
World
is now
Tree.
him.
Yeah.
Loki is now him.
So, if you wanted to get rid of Kang, I do believe there's a way there that could be of some
True.
success, or some, people might say okay and move on with that. Does anyone, aside from me, because I'm stupid like this, does anyone remember what Don Cheadle's first lines were when he was introduced as Rhodey?
He's like,
No.
this is me, forget about it, or something like that, right?
He basically said, "It's me, deal with it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm here," or "It's me."
Yeah.
Like, you know what? It's me, deal with it. We got to do it,
What,
right?
what's
Like,
that Taylor Swift song? It's me. No, I don't know. I don't listen to her, but that's
me.
the whole
They
song.
hadn't shown 50
I'm the
different
prophet.
versions of War Machine
That-
at that point, though, that were all
It's true.
with
One
his
movie.
face.
But I agree with you there, but it was also the beginning of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where people were getting used to characters, and the fact that oh God, I'm sorry, the original Rhodey's actor's name, I'm sorry, I can't remember his name at the
Terrence.
moment right now.
Terrence
Howard.
Howard.
Thank
Yep.
you, Terrence Howard. The fact that he was the big draw initially for Iron Man, and
Bananas.
yeah, right. Like, it wasn't fucking Tony
RDJ.
Stark. No,
Robert Downey Jr.
Right, thank you.
Yes,
The
RDJ.
fact that it wasn't RDJ, people were expecting that, and when he got replaced because of being a bother on set, demanding more money, all that
Plot.
shit, whatever, and they gave it to, yes, of course, Rhodey. All I'm saying is, there's
was
precedent here. There's precedent here to replace characters, not make a big deal of it, and people might accept it. I think, yes, again, you could very easily redo the Council of Kangs with another actor's face on there. That is majority of VFX shot. There are very few things. I doubt they made dozens and dozens of costumes for Jonathan Majors to put on. There's probably 3 or 4.
If it's
and then
spendable
it's
money,
up
it
to
doesn't
them.
matter.
Exactly. The weird thing, the other thing I learned from big plug to the book Rise of the MCU.
Pop
Go
Go
read
Look
it.
at you giving
Fantastic.
credit where credit's due.
It's a book.
Come on, Screen Crush.
That's like me. That's
Still
like me
credit.
saying,
Still
Hey.
credit.
Citations.
Hey, big ups to English teachers out there and
Big ups to
kindergartners.
humans who do
Cite your
things.
sources. It's important.
Yeah, you gotta cite your sources. But
That's what a bibliography is, motherfucker.
what is really
Very
interesting
good,
is
Sabrina.
the Marvel Cinematic Universe's way of dealing things is they shoot the script, they shoot the movie, and then they've got that bookend of about 6 to 8 months afterwards that are like, fuck it, we got to throw out half of this shit because that didn't sell. This toy is sitting on shelves, and this show was a flop. And it's fucking nuts to me that has been normalized as a practice because it's such bullshit of abusing the power that studios have over the talent, over the production departments, all that kind of shit. It's complete horseshit that's what you expected to do. Like I shot a movie already, and now I know I'm gonna come back in 6 to 8 months to do it again and change the story all around.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. I think personally, get rid of Kang at this point. Use Loki's fantastic finale.
I love him so much
very
better.
surprised. I was very
good ending.
surprised that the data came out saying that the ratings were not that great for this season of Loki. I thought it was a fantastic season of Loki, and the finale tied everything together. Gave Tom Hiddleston such a beautiful little swan song out of Loki, and that is how you get rid of Kang. I would love to see Denzel Washington in the MCU. I don't think it's an issue that he hasn't done comic book related stuff. I do think it's funny that they do cite him saying that he wants to be bigger than Galactus when Galactus.
Yes.
The only way you're going up from there, is the guys the Eternals were fighting. Which is
that movie was so fucking bad.
Yeah, and it was a terrible movie. But anyway.
Oh,
Whatever
I
it
like
was
the
with
Eternals.
Fantastic Four.
I like that
it
one
was
a
the
lot. There were all
CG.
kinds of historical Easter eggs in there. It was great.
Brutal.
I liked it a lot.
Brutal.
It was terrible.
I didn't really. Yeah.
I would rather
That's
watch.
we can agree to disagree here in Kruse Control. That's what we do all the time, right?
Hey, there
The
was history, of course, that appeals
Celestials.
to.
Fuck Celestials. Anyway,
I just think that overall they're probably going to drop Kang. There's like that rumor about Will Smith. I don't think that's going to happen. I just think they're probably going to drop it. But I was just fired up because I'm still like Denzel. I think it'd be perfect. I'm just saying, you had Josh Brolin before, and then you went to Jonathan Majors for your next villain. You took a chance on somebody new. It didn't work out well. Go back, which you always do. Find a big name that can fucking act their ass off and make you forget about what happened before and makes you like get sucked into that character again. And then people will forget about all the negative pressure and get over this whole thing. Not that anybody wanted to see this wanted to see this happen. Like anybody wanted this to happen. It happened. And unfortunately, we're at where we're at. And if you can't change everything, just put somebody else in there. It's time.
Yeah.
It's easy to do that.
Yeah.
Keep
Nailed
Kang
it,
and Bruce
Richard
Dillon.
Trace it.
Yes, you do 100%. Keep him, but you can phase him out if you have to. I just don't understand. Like I don't say what I mean. I mean, younger actor. I just
Queen.
One glam.
Queen.
the slapper. The slapper. He'd love playing that probably too. But anyways, it's
Keep my
happening.
villain's name out your mouth.
Changing. He might be gone. I mean, honestly, overall, they've changed the title for Avengers 5. So who knows? Maybe Kang is just completely out. But I'm going to say it one more time before we go, because honestly, I believe it's time to give Denzel his chance, kick some ass as Kang, and become the man who remains that everybody wanted from the get-go. And we never got until now we have the chance. Fix the path, Marvel. Make it right. Bring us Denzel. That's all I'm saying.
I will say this, Sean, but I didn't get to say, very good point. Very good point. Like that Loki could take over. And when we watched it, that's what I said. I was like, okay, well, this is an easy way out. But if you were going to recast Kang, I will read for the past 94 years, like Denzel.
Yeah.
Just
I have no issue with that finale if that's how it's used, right? Like I thought not only was it a good send off for that character, it made sense. It tied back into Thor 1. Like it was just like a really good way to bring it back.
And also, I really want
in Avengers, yeah.
But Loki, like having all the growth that he's had as a character and as a human and as a god or whatever, like to be in that place. Like, I just feel like it, I don't know. I feel like it would be so much better, honestly.
And the fact is that that's not even the Loki we got to see in the MCU, right? Like that's the cool thing about it. Like it was a Loki that we still accepted it as a fandom understanding that there can be two versions of this character that exists in this timeline or even outside the time, whatever. Like, we understood because, well, Tom Hiddleston's a fantastic actor, of course,
so good,
and he's done a really good job endearing people to his performance of Kang. But yeah, like again, like, or sorry, not Kang, but Loki. You know.
Yeah.
I think they.
Loki remains.
I don't know if they planned this. I don't know if this was like a thing like they baked in because the murmurs of what was going on with Jonathan Majors happened so long ago.
The major murmurs, if you would.
Yeah. Major murmurs, MMs.
Yeah.
M&Ms.
M&Ms.
I feel like this is like Tom. By the way, fun fact, and I'm sure a lot of people know this, but Tom Hiddleston went to read for the role of Thor and then wound up getting Loki. Like, that's kind of
it happens.
He did both.
Nuts and amazing at the same time.
Hard to imagine Tom Hiddleston with like 80 more pounds of muscle on his
no
frame.
Shit. No shit.
Honestly,
Loki is
it wouldn't have happened.
Perfect.
You can very easily find that screen test footage out there, and it is pretty interesting to see and just think like, you know, it was some
What agent sent him in for that job?
Right?
What agent was like, you know what, this is for you? Like, I'd have been like, no, not for me. So, but good for him. He went in and got another fucking job.
They give him the juice and they pump right up.
It's the Marvel juice. The Marvel juice everybody gets all day. And you know what? Maybe the Marvel juice fucked up Jonathan Majors. Who knows? But
I think so.
No,
anyways, everybody.
I don't think it did.
Allegedly.
That was a lifelong problem.
Allegedly.
For that fucking twat.
I just think that regardless, we're in this place.
I think it was
it's happening.
Candyman ruined.
You got to recast with Denzel, or you got to move on from Majors forever. That's all. From Majors forever and Kang forever. That's all I'm saying. Recast with Denzel. Here are your options, Marvel. You got two options from Kruse Control. Recast with Denzel, or fuck Kang. Anyways, everybody, thank you for being on Kruse Control as always. We appreciate you. Happy Hump Day. Hope you have the humpiest of hump days and all the hump days, all the hump days, and hump the world, because you got to hump it up on a hump day. It's a hump day. You got to make it happen. It's a holiday hump day. Holiday hump day. Make it happen. Hump with your loveliest ones out there, because that's what you do. You love them so much. You hump all day on Wednesday. That's what you do. It's the humpiest season of them all. Thank you for being on Kruse Control. Mr. Sean Sutherland, thank you for being here as always. Appreciate you being here.
Yeah, I'm just worried you being home with your parents, and that's kind of what you said you're doing. I mean,
hey, like, what's happening, Brian?
I am not known to yuck anyone else's yum.
I am not doing that.
I'm
saying if you were the person the individual you love in a bedroom.
I understand what you're saying. Thank you for having me. Chat, you've been lovely and respectful tonight. Thank you very much.
Yeah, amazing chat.
Sabrina, Mike, Pepe, thank you guys. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you ever. Mike, too. Thank you for being here. Mr. Mike Casey, Mr. Touchy Ghost, at Touchy Ghost. Thank you so much for being here, bringing the facts and knowledge and all the fucking intelligence that you have inside that fucking noggin. I love it so much.
I think Sean's beating me way, way, way on facts tonight.
Come on,
So
man.
you roll.
Thanks for having me. I think that was a blast.
What are you talking about? This is all handshakes and hugs.
I just listened to that on repeat when I go to bed. I'm gonna do it again tonight, Sean.
Is it your white noise?
Can we
That's
make it
great.
a song?
It sounds good. Hey everybody,
Sabrina, thank you for being here as well.
December holidays. Let me get in my Merry Christmas, my Happy New Year. Happy. I don't know any other December holidays. Is Kwanzaa in
Hanukkah?
In Hanukkah. Happy anything you guys celebrate. Anybody,
But it's
any
still
loved
December
ones
holiday.
that you're getting together with. As long as you're giving Kruse Control credit for the Denzel casting, you have a happy holiday. Have fun, guys. Be safe.
Thanks, Gian. Thanks, Mike.
I very much agree with that, Mike. I also, guys, if you're still watching, can you please, pretty please, hit the like button. It helps us so much. We're trying to hit 1,000 by January. So we're
pretty close.
We're at 9/11. Like, we're getting close. I'm not saying you have to do anything else, but if you hit
Never
that like
forget,
button,
guys.
it really fucking helps. It really, really does.
Oh shit.
So, thank you for all your support. I appreciate you guys. I don't know what just happened. Did I miss something?
Nope.
Yeah, you did.
All good.
It's fine.
Nope, you're good.
It's good.
Wait. Okay, Sean.
Yeah.
You're amazing. I love you being here.
Thank
Mike,
you. Thank
you're also amazing. You look very handsome tonight.
Thank you.
I love the blue eyes. I want everyone to have wonderful, happy holidays. I know they're always blue, but they're just extra blue tonight. Maybe it's because he's in the abyss. I don't know. I'm not
I'm
really sure
wearing
what's
black.
happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. They're
wear a
really
blue shirt,
popping.
Mike.
Really popping, Mike. Brian, obviously you always look fantastic. A 3-piece suit, not fucking around. Zach, Queen, fucking Dick Tracy, GR, Ryan, Ty, fucking Chris, the Panico Way, everyone. Thank you so much. We wouldn't be anything without you. So thank you for being here.
We would not be. Thank you all for being here as always. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Happy holidays. We appreciate you so much joining us here on Kruse Control for our Hump Day edition. Thank you so much. And you know what? Like we said before, we're at 911. The numbers keep growing. They went up. We went up like 100 in the past week. Not bad. Keep it going. We'll get to that 1,000 by the end of the year. Not that far away. We got like what was it? It's 20th. We got 10 days. It can happen. It can happen. Miracles happen during the Christmas season, the holiday season, the festivities. Jimmy Stewart's out there ringing bells, and we're here bringing news to you. So thank you so much. Spread the word. Yeah, tell your friends, your family, uncles, aunts, grandmas, all the grandmas, in the whole world. They all have grandparents. All the grandparents are fucking awesome. You tell the chinchillas and the babies and the beavers and the fucking tigers and the bears and all the woodland creatures again, because I love the woodland creatures. They're so good. The deers are cool. The deers. And the fucking Yodas, the Grogus, and all the fucking Chewbacca's out there, and every fucking furry, and everybody out there that's making any kind of furry creature out there that subscribe to Kruse Control, tell them to subscribe to their kids, and tell all the kids in the world because the children matter. And they'll all bring the world together. That's it. Anyways, everybody, happy holidays. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for being on Kruse Control as always. Have a great night.
1 second.
We will be back on Friday. What?
Don't worry about it. End the show, Brian.
Nothing.
Ready?
We'll be back on Friday. And until then,
see ya!